Interior Chaotix building. Night. Rouge steps into the main headquarters of the Chaotix, Book of Prophecies in hand. She sees Shadow, Vector, and Charmy all excitedly discussing plans for their next mission. She walks up to the group and slaps the book down in front of them.
Daedalus!
The three chuckle.
So, you went and read it then?
You know damn well I did. What's this?
That is the ancient journal of an ancient mage. He made lots of predictions, most of which have already come true.
Ancient predictions.
Yeah, big whoop.
Who's Daedalus?
I told you about him. He's the guy I got these powers from.
You never told us his name, let alone that he had a journal of prophecy, or that he intended to turn our friend into a weird human man.
I never met him, so how would I know?
Stop talking in circles and explain!
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought your brain was big enough to handle it.
I'm literally going to eat your ass out!
Okay. Fine.
He opens the book, turning to a page that has symbols and letters written in blood-red ink.
You guys ever heard of the Harbingers?
Oh my god.
Never.
No!
Doesn't ring a bell.
They were some sort of cult that worshipped Dark Gaia around the time of the Middle Ages.
And?
I don't know, that's all it says.
Rouge snatches the book and reads the passages for herself.
Gimme!
You're lying. I literally just read this a few hours ago.
Then why the fuck are you asking?
I wanted to see if you knew.
I'm not lying! And what's the point of all this anyway?
The point is, we're in a whole heap of trouble. If this Daedalus has it out for you, then he's probably not going to be the only one.
Hell if I care. By the way, what's all this about someone turning into a human? You seemed keen to skip the details of that part.
You're not gonna like it.
I already don't like it, just tell me.
Sonic the Hedgehog has been transformed, seemingly by Daedalus, into a human being. No one knows how it happened, but he was killed and resurrected in that form. Once he came to, he met with us at City Hall and beat the shit out of Mayor King.
And you let him get away with that?
Yeah, he's the fastest thing in existence. He's not getting caught by a bunch of fucks like us.
Damn kids today! Getting all the powers?
What the fuck is wrong with kids these days?
You know me? A crocodile?
We're back to that again.
Maybe we should just focus on our next move.
Good idea. Probably the first one you've had.
I'm going to eviscerate you.
I'd like to see you try. We need to find Daedalus and bring him down.
How exactly do you expect us to do that? He's probably hiding out in some abandoned castle where nobody dares go.
Good thing we don't fear the impossible, then. We'll just camp out there and wait for him. And when he arrives, we'll take him out and bring him back here as prisoner.
What if he's got some sort of magical protection?
What if he's got a lot of magical protection?
What if he's only got a little bit of magic? What if he's got all the magical protection? I swear to God, I will not be the one to fall to some mage. I fucking hate wizards.
I don't think he's likely to have protection against us. He's probably expecting the military to come after him, not a bunch of super-powered animals.
So, where are we gonna search?
Suddenly, their conversation is interrupted by the door to the office slamming open. On the other side stands, speak of the devil, Sonic the Human. He locks eyes with Shadow pleadingly. Sonic begins to speak, but Shadow shuts him down immediately.
Don't even try to plead your case. You know damn well what you did.
Sonic nods, looking defeated.
Shadow, I understand you're pissed. I mean, you have every right to be, but I'm begging you, hear me out. I need help, and it's something only you can help me with.
Make it quick. I haven't got all day.
Sonic nods, breathing deeply. He looks at his friends nervously.
I can't remember anything. Nothing after our talk in the hotel room or before waking up like this. Shadow, I know you of all hedgehogs understand what it's like to have a piece of you missing. I need to know how this happened. What happened to the city? Why I feel almost joyful when I look at the state it's in. I need to know.
So, that's your plea then. You're just going to shamelessly appeal to my sense of loss. for a time before I had my memories taken from me. Well, I have a plea of my own. A warning to you and your little friends. Cross me, and I'll do worse than take your memories.
Shadow turns away from the trio before stopping.
Shit.
You did this to me?
Not exactly. I just didn't stop my subordinate. He strictly follows orders. That's how he became a commander in the first place.
He points to a nearby soldier.
Get rid of these assholes.
The soldier salutes before a bunch of them restrain Shadow's friends.
Let me go! Let go of me, you stupid fuck!
The soldier knocks out a protesting Charmy easily.
Shit!
Shadow shakes his head before turning to the rest of the group.
What a terrible waste of resources.
They're children!
So were the soldiers that died under my command. We all made sacrifices in the name of victory.
What the hell are you playing at, Shadow?
What would Elise think of this? Killing children, even if they are monsters, that's not what she would want.
I thought you were smart, yet you still haven't learned anything. Fine. I'll assist you this once.
Shadow waves his hand over his face, and suddenly, it's as if an illusion
He's John
begins to
Cena
fade
now.
away. You can't see him! His figure morphing away from the familiar and revealing something new.
What?
Something sinister.
Huh?
And something unexpected. The transformation completes, and in front of them, where Shadow once stood, stands Daedalus. Daedalus begins to chuckle, a low rumbling emanating from his throat.
Daedalus? What the hell?
Oh, you never suspected me? Shadow said you were dead!
No, he didn't.
He didn't know! I used my power over the mind to make him think I was dead. Why?
No one said you were dead.
I needed time to plan after that fool Dr. Eggman attacked my home. He calls us monsters now, but he's the one that unleashed horrors upon this world. I didn't say that. Shut up, me! I'm just using my gifts to better the world. That's bullshit, and you know it! Sadly, few see it that way.
You're right about one thing. This world does need help. Or it doesn't need help from someone like you.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
To you, nothing is ever enough. You can never be happy with what you have.
Exactly! You're slowly going insane and don't even realize it!
Now where is the real Shadow?
Yeah, I'd like to get back to my mission.
The real Shadow is dead! He has been dead for years. You just didn't want to accept it. Soon even you will abandon your mission and join.
Sonic, you have to forget about the accident. It was 20 years ago.
The trio look at each other, concern evident on their face. Shadow the Hedgehog? Dead?